It looks like a pot to me, but okay.
First, I better check the Monokuma file.
Yep, let's check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. Can't tell if it does or not, I'm too far away. Fair enough. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. By the way, if you weren't here for last stream, we have a double murder on our hands. We are trying to figure out what happened, who killed them, what's going on. Gunter is late. He's going to miss this vital information.
I know, for his everyday life. Oh, I don't know if you read that.
I did read that. He was so invested last time. Yeah. He was up late last night, Ted.
He was.
He was way late last night. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before.
Chilling in Yuri's stream and everything. It's like 4 a.m.
I know. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Oh,
Ted.
Byakuya's birthday's today, I think.
Every day, every year, he turns more and more into a crotchety old grandpa. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while.
Are you talking about Kyoko? You're talking about Kyoko.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice?
An accomplice?
An accomplice?! What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears!
Don't be rude! I'm here to answer your question!
What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I, during the first class trial? I wouldn't eat it. He's a little crunchy.
It's the
If
bear.
there is an accomplice, do they
He's a little
also become
crunchy.
blackened?
I like to think
So
he's
you
a gummy
ask,
bear.
And so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have
Imagine
an
if you had a
accomplice,
crunchy gummy
but
bear.
only the
That'd be
one
weird.
Who does the killing will get to graduate.
Would that gross you out?
Yes, it did, actually. Like, what would make the gummy bear crunchy? Is it, like, solid?
That's
Is
the
it, like,
surprise.
Is it dried out? Did someone... Never mind, I was gonna be really gross.
That's the surprise. You bite its head off and it crunches.
No, Mac,
Think I'm
get
good
that
at
out of my
myself.
stream.
I love that. Unironically, I love that song.
I like you a little less as a person now.
Well, I guess I die.
So, in other words, two people.
You know
can
that's
work
not
together,
true, right?
but one of them has no chance
I don't
of
know. I'll take it to
profiting from
heart. Perish under the
Really?
weight of the truth.
Really?
Yep.
Hi, Faye.
Hi, Faye!
How are you?
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
It is a good song. Hell yeah, it
In
is.
other words,
No!
But if you sing it, you have
I
to
like
sing
Mac
it.
Plus as a person now, too.
Wow. You have to sing it
So-
high pitch, like in the song.
Oh, I didn't do that.
It's voice, wasn't it? Oh no, not Monaco's.
No. So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
Okay,
So are you
let's try
saying
the exposition.
nobody worked together
Damn.
this time either?
We were talking
How do
about
you
that
get-
game.
Oh man, I know. I want to play it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me I want to play
He
it.
raises my camera.
Does not go how high? Oh, gummy bear high?
It can go
or
high.
Monokuma high?
Gummy bear high. Which is not too high, by the way.
Sorry, I can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between FOIA.
What?
Nothing. It would obstruct the free. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget. No matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So, in
Interesting.
other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal. What is that sentence structure?
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Just like normal?
well,
It's hard for
Okay,
It's
okay. Let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action.
Oh, the true blackened. So just one?
Well now,
That's enough explainifying.
Explain it.
Now it's down to the it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blacken.
You
Good
always
luck to
make
all the contestants.
terrible jokes, Mac. Go ahead. No one's stopping you.
Go ahead, Mac. When have we ever stopped you before? Hi, Gunter.
Hi, Gunter.
You
made
missed
it.
vital information for your everyday life.
I was gonna say you made it just in time, but I guess Arya has decided that you have missed the vital information.
You're the one who said that first, so I just
There's no
repeated what you
record of
said.
me saying that. So there can
There is.
only be one Blacken. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. X33 hits harder than a drunk stepdad. Damn.
I want to play it so bad, but like I gotta wait.
And I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. I'm trying to decide
You
if
may be
that's
right.
that's a game that should be streamed or if I should just let you play it on your own time.
I wouldn't mind streaming it.
I know you don't mind
I wouldn't
streaming
mind.
it. The thing is, I already know what happens in the game.
Yeah, but that'd be a nice change because usually it's me knowing what happens and you not knowing.
Sometimes. You still kind of already know. Because you would be playing it. I have projectiles. What does that mean?
You may be right.
If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? She lost her
As
southern
long
but
as
it'll come
she's
back
not
to me.
connected. As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. I have absolutely no doubt that you need to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
Why are you saucy at her? The fuck? What'd she do?
I'm saucy at everything today!
You know, you don't think we should consider certain someone as a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. But why?
What? I'm offended!
Okay.
Kia.
When did you...
Baby
I've been
mode's
looking
so
all
hard,
up-
damn.
Oh no.
Was that why you were dying? That was baby mode?
Oh no!
Fair warning? What is the fair warning? But I'm seeing it looks
That
hard.
It's hard.
Oh,
That it's
jeez.
hard on baby mode.
Yeah, it is hard on baby mode. You already died like 3 times.
Oh dear. I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Ted. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
I was not on baby mode, but I'm on normal. I see.
I would be on baby mode.
Milk sack.
You've gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus,
Game mechanics,
Taka's body
yeah.
aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not going to kill someone when everyone knows what I look like.
Yuri says Byakuya looking so disappointed he's an alibi.
He is disappointed that he's an alibi.
That's so funny. Chromatic enemies or mines are optional bosses you're supposed to come back to or get good parries. Ah.
They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's true, Mac.
Oh my god. Can't believe I
It's
read that with
true.
my own eyeballs.
It's not a lie.
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
10 seconds, Yuri, 10 seconds.
Let's see.
On another topic. Or actually, no, wait, we got this instead. Hang on.
Oh, Punjo?
Oh, yeah, I have pun jail. I have
Yeah.
chat jail.
Do it. Yeah, but that means getting good at parries. Exactly.
Well, we gotta wait now until Matt gets back from his timeout.
Oh yeah, it's so mean.
Did you read that joke, Gunther? It's warranted.
And then when he gets back, put chat in chat jail. On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then.
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Sure. I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin.
Investigation time. This whole thing is strange. Well, but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? See what I do to him on my own stream. True. But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's gonna be as straightforward as it seems. Excellent. Even exclaimed out loud to me too.
They didn't make any
Damn.
puns? make a pun.
Who put you in jail?
Faye.
See, Faye, this is why you go to jail. You are abusing your power of jail. Taka, he'll never move again. He is a horizontal two-piece plane on a blue blanket. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found just semaphore near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? You don't fucking say, bro. That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved.
Bloop.
That's not a lot of blood for being moved in a tarp, though. Ifumi's big cold body is lying on the floor. How nice of the killer to leave a tarp
behind to carry the blood.
Yep. That'll be a point of interest later.
I can spell!
His really big body.
Why?
Depends on where the body was killed. Exactly. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone this so big?
I guess that's why his size is relevant.
Yes. From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? 10. It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later.
You don't get most things, Makoto.
For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi. He never gets it in the moment.
I mean, to be fair, this one isn't really an obvious answer.
No. But still. I read that.
No worries, Faye. Just over-level and come back for them. There's no cutoff points, and that's... yeah.
If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office.
My sass is gonna notch up to 20.
I don't understand how your caffeine hits so much faster than mine. Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Yes, I know. Something is different from when his body was in the nurse's office to now. I get it, Makoto. Oh, it's his glasses. I remember when they used non-red colors for games. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because this was kind of like an interesting choice.
The starter of that.
Yeah.
I think this was the starter of that trend, actually, because they wanted to use non-red for blood. I don't know why did he choose to do that?
It was for censorship. Japan didn't like the red blood, so they censored it, but then it kind of became iconic.
Yeah.
When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. It wasn't so, I just remembered, it wasn't so much that Japan doesn't like blood, it was because Kodaka wanted to lower the rating. The rating, because otherwise if it was red, it would have been mature.
That's funny.
So they made it pink. But now they're completely clean.
Someone's just running around splashing pink paint around.
Yeah,
shout out to poor kids
for
straight up erasing blood.
That was such a stupid idea. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Stopper will shoot you with our invisible guns. They're also laser guns. Is Hifumi actually dead? Yes, Hifumi's actually dead.
Yes, Hifumi is actually dead. But there's a more important question that you are actually close to the answer to, Yuri.
It's how did his body get from the nurse's office to here?
Yes. Did you read this one?
Button.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, my guess he walked himself. That would imply that he wasn't dead the first time.
Right.
There are hammers.
Because remember, if you recall last stream, Yuri, if you recall last stream, he was bonked on the head the first time, and then we took him to the nurse's office. And then he disappeared for a while, and then reappeared up here. So, keep that in mind.
He was killed in the nurse's office.
Correct.
And then his body went missing.
Right.
No. Yes.
Well.
Yeah, because he got hit in the head. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office. Then when
No,
we went away, he was killed there. Because they saw his body in the nurse's office. Remember? And then we left Celeste and Hina to watch the body, and then when we came back, the body was gone because the girls went to take a shit.
I gave you the actual answer in our DMs.
Wow.
Is that why I have 3 messages?
Yes.
Bro.
I know you know. I'm just reminding you just in case.
No, I did not forget. But rain girls don't shit. Then what do they do? Do they squat? Do they lay eggs?
I beg to differ.
They do all of the above. I'll tell you that.
I beg to differ. I am as girl as they get, and man.
There are I would argue that girls shit worse than guys.
Yes.
There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets. Could Justice Hammers have been designed
Makoto,
using one of these as a model? There's like
does
a
it
few
hurt?
of them missing.
Does it hurt being this dumb?
No, because he wouldn't know. That's just one of the internet memes.
Damn.
By the way, the only reason I recounted the story is because sometimes you completely blank on things in this game. So I thought this was one of those things you blanked on.
No. I blank on minor details, not
Fair enough.
whole
Okay.
ass cases. Either way,
Well,
all the
V3.
V3 is different, okay? We all collectively had amnesia for
It's
V3.
true. It's true. And I had it again because I don't remember a fucking thing.
To be fair, same. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. The only thing that I remember specifically
Yes, I
about
agree, David.
V3 is... I'm not even gonna say it,
Kokichi.
never mind. Yeah, you got it. I did not want to out myself. They're all covered
the
in
only
debris.
thing-
Yeah.
The only thing I remember from this last playthrough of V3 is fucking Kaito taking himself from one of my least favorite characters to one of my favorites. God damn it.
Actually, you're right. I do remember that, actually. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone of powder. V3 is one of those games where the more you replay it, the more I actually kind of like it, which is
I wouldn't go
weird.
that far. I wouldn't say like,
yeah.
but tolerate.
I'm always torn on whether or not V3 is a stroke of genius or horrendously bad.
Here's help with that answer.
Yeah.
It's never a stroke of genius.
I don't know. I would actually kind of disagree with you on that.
Anyway,
maybe
oh, you read
I
this.
did read this. Maybe genius is a little bit. We're gonna have a weird personal
Yeah.
question. Go ahead.
Genius and madness are only a step away from each other.
Correct. They're a fine line. I do think V3 is madness. I think 100 line is actual madness. Are you a maso? What does that mean? Oh, masochist?
Masochist. Yes,
No,
they are.
No, I say I'm more of a sadist.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle. You're a sadomaso.
I just don't. I don't play it for stream. That's why.
Yeah.
I could. But
No, I
don't-
would really rather you did.
Exactly. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's
wet, you guys. It's wet.
It's wet.
it was
The hammer
Up
is
the
wet.
butt.
The butt doesn't make it wet.
I mean, depends on what AU.
Someone's been sucking on it. Butt slick?
Butt slick. Let's go.
No,
Did
Makoto,
someone
that's not what
watch
it means.
Recently?
No,
Bruh.
Makoto, that's not what it means.
Horrendously bad game with a story with 6 good characters. I feel like that's pretty harsh on V3 though, David. Spotless Hammer has been added to the. I
I would
understand it
say-
though. I understand it.
I would
though.
say it's less horrendously bad. It's like mid.
Only they would like horrible games. It's not a horrible game though. That's the problem.
It's mid. It's mid is what it is.
Is a Switch with high S tendencies possible? I don't know if I would consider myself a Switch.
No. I disagree with that assessment.
Byakuya.
Do you think Hero really did it?
I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened. Okay, let's start that again because Byakuya would not make that mistake. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died...
Changes the rules. I have a button change. That's fair.
Hello, Peppy.
Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else.
Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide the identity with that weird costume?
Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see.
But here's the thing about that idea, Byakuya. You're calling him a fool, but he's also lazy. So you're telling me that he's willing to move 2 fucking bodies to the 3rd floor? This guy is stoned like 99% of the time. I don't think he's gonna do that. Anyway, I do agree that he's kind of dumb.
The only way he would ever move anything from the 1st to the 3rd floor is if it was his fucking munchies.
That's what I'm saying. This is like framing Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I don't think so.
Don't do Shaggy like that.
But am I wrong?
Don't do Shaggy like that.
Do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case?
Well, no, there are a few things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? Hiro can't hurt a fly. He'd miss if he tried to.
It's true.
You are underestimating Shaggy too much. That's also true.
They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation.
But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we?
Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron.
I don't know. I don't think it's that.
Is it really that simple, Byakuya? For someone who's as smart...
Yeah, go on.
For someone who's as smart as he is, he's really, like, leaning on this, like, last dying breath word.
Is that really all there is to it? But that's the thing. Byakuya says he's smart. There's no actual proof to prove that he is.
Ted.
Framing Shaggy was the villain all along. Just pretended to be a scared stoner. I need an alternate universe Scooby-Doo in which Shaggy does exactly that. He masterminded the greatest fucking scheme of all time. I need that in my life.
I agree, Yuri. But Byakuya is my favorite male character in this game. So, and for that reason alone, he screams about his intelligence, but he's so stuck up his own ass that it makes him dumb.
The other thing that bothers me, and it's also funny when like he gets shown up, so I enjoy it.
Yeah, I love it.
Why they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right?
Oh.
Huh?
28 stab wounds.
Oh.
Why bonk? Okay.
So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. The killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. They're masking their stupidity.
Hold on. Perhaps I see. So that's what that means.
He's sweating because he didn't think of this beforehand.
Nope.
Is everything okay?
Ted.
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the Teletubby that's right behind Byakuya? I've been staring at it this entire time. It is the best.
I was trying to figure out what it was! And then you said that!
It looks like a really badly drawn Teletubby, to be honest. Huh? What's with that attitude? What if Makoto's the true villain? I would love that.
But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all.
His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Shit talking more,
yes.
Makoto. Shit talking more.
Yes, it would.
Makoto Byakuya is giving attitude since the beginning. This is true.
He's just a walking attitude.
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something.
Uh-oh, that's dangerous.
It's about the repository. What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But
And we came right to the repository to, look around. Blah, 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 that's all I see. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why was it unlocked now?
Oh my god, David. I've been wanting to make that joke this whole time, but I held back.
Why not a suppository?
I don't get it.
Suppository is a pill that you stick up your bum.
Oh. Nice. See, I didn't even have to make a butt joke. You guys do it for me. I wondered the same thing. This is... Alright, so you know how you said I forget shit? This is one of those details that I don't remember.
The door was locked when we came up to the repository to talk to Sakura and Hina.
Yes.
And that's when what I told you in the DM was happening.
How did it unlock, though?
When the person left.
But if
they unlocked it.
But if Sakura...
They left the room when the door was locked to go look somewhere else. So the person waited until they left to leave.
I see. The door was locked.
You get it now?
Search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out.
Hello, my puppy.
There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help?
Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things.
This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search.
And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. I got stuck.
After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me.
According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock.
Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... Ted?
Right.
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that...
Celeste screamed. This time, she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor.
Lay out your theories again.
Yeah,
I would like
lay
to
out your theories.
Keep them in mind.
Hearing her screams, we quickly made it
We did not find the weak guy yet.
We quickly made our way to the 3rd floor.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him! The strange costumed man! He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further into the hallway and disappeared. And then...
Huh? What was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been...
Oh, that was your line, whatever.
It's alright.
She's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go.
We have to go.
At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect on the 3rd floor. And then we got back to the nurse's office. Why is Sticky live right now? It's too early for her.
Oh.
We found Hifumi's corpse.
Well, we know who we're rating then.
If she's still on.
If she's still, yeah. Because aren't we going to go through the trial too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hino alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
Hello, Jacko. Hello,
However-
my baby.
But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Eat him. Eat the baby. Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time.
Baby.
Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka.
Papadoodle.
But they only played, would he play, the question of the hour
Yeah.
is, would he have played both body announcements at the same time?
You know,
Okay, Gunter.
I know the answer to that, but
Those are all, I know. I'm positing the question for the chat to give them something to think about.
oh, I know. But I was thinking, because I often wondered, what are the chances of that? My brain was like, Makoto's luck is very interesting.
Yeah.
That's when I showed up and told you and
Interesting.
Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right?
Interesting theories, Gunter. Interesting theories.
Weed Guy announcement. Announcement 2 was for Weed Guy. Robo Justice is actually a remote control device, which Celeste probably controls. It's a very interesting theory. Then Yumi and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office. Hifumi is actually still alive. Interesting. Leaving behind
I would start thinking more theories at the same time.
leaving behind Toko,
That's all
who
I'm
had
gonna
fainted.
say.
But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had arrived to tell us something very unusual.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it loud and proud with my whole chest. This one is the most clever of all of the cases. This one, I think this one genuinely had the highest chance to succeed of anything in all 3 games.
Actually. Wait, in all 3 games?
In all 3 games.
Let me think about that. For this game, yes.
I think in all 3.
I don't know. I feel like the 1 in 2, based on who it was.
No, Gunter. No. Monokuma never did fuck up with the body discovery announcements.
Yeah, Monokuma never does shit like that. I did read that, by the way.
Okay. Hifumi's body has appeared.
This one is a fun one, though. That I will say that.
I think this one genuinely has the best had the best chance of succeeding, because, yeah, I do.
This one
I think
had
it
me
had the
stumped.
highest chance to succeed of all 3 games.
Yeah.
I figured it out pretty quickly when I first played it because of how people were acting. You know.
For me, it kind of stumped me real hard because of a lot of the minor details I just can't retain.
I didn't figure out how, but I figured out who because of how people were acting. That's all I'll say.
We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone.
Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something?
Although I will say my favorite murder has to be...
No, it's not the highest chance of success.
Did you... What? You're just changing your mind already?
I totally forgot about a specific one. And I will tell you in DM.
I have a question, but I will read this line first. This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So, from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies.
Check my DM. It had the second highest chance to succeed.
And after some time, don't eat my wire.
Celeste told us she found the bodies, and we headed to the repository.
That's literally the one that I was saying, and you said no.
Oh, that's the one you.
Yeah,
well, we can't say it out loud because of the chat.
I said based on who it was, and you said no.
Yeah.
That's your.
But interesting that. Oh, sorry. I was still thinking. Celeste told us that she found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
Let's get through this recap, and then we can talk this because this recap took forever. And there we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished.
I appreciate that they did this though, because everything comes at you really fast.
Yeah, it's a lot, and that brings us up to now, especially for us who played it like on Friday.
Yeah.
However,
looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. No.
Yeah, we don't need it. The door Hina said was locked before. There's only one way in and out. Yeah, there's only one door. Definitely lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside of the repository. Interesting. Why does it need a lock inside? That's... Oh no, okay, no, never mind. It makes sense.
I think a lot of these rooms were set up specifically for murders.
Yeah, I think the mastermind did kind of fuck with the school a little bit. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can be locked from the inside. In other words, can alter ego control the Robo Justice? No.
No.
When Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. Yes, so somebody was inside while Hina and Sakura were there. Yeah.
Correct.
But Hina says there's no way somebody could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone had
to have already been out and about.
Exactly. Should probably look around.
I guess I didn't get everything. This.
I will say my favorite kill in this entire game. I do not know if it happens before the plot twist one or after, but you know which one I'm thinking of. And you know why I like it, yes.
Type it to me in DM because I seem to have lost all of my knowledge about like these games except for who dies and when. I missed a phone call. Oh, it's Verizon. I don't care. Anyway. Oh, yes.
Is it before the plot twist or after? I think it's before. I mean, I think it's after, right? Nutilla likes knowledge and true. Our knowledge knows everything but forgores whenever it is needed. True.
It's true. That's called ADHD.
Yeah. And you know why I like it.
Yes.
It just makes it spices. I'm Byakuya in that moment. It spices things up.
Parallel to the twist.
It's a dolly.
It doesn't have a handle. Saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. We have those at work. But wait. A 2D-ass
look
dolly.
At the angle on it. I was gonna say it doesn't even look.
It's not even in the in the right shape.
It's not even the right. Oh my god.
I love it. It's so funny. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
It doesn't even look remotely the same.
Also,
it doesn't even look like it would fit a body on it.
Remember when Yuri said earlier, like, the blood depends on where Taka was killed? Literally right fucking there.
Yep.
Compared to the little tiny blood splatter that's on the tarp. Look at the wheel. It's blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Could it be? Probably ran through Taka's blood.
Makoto Makoto.
I'm going with my
Makoto.
first theory now. Taka and Hifumi will kill each other for alter ego. Hifumi succeeded, but frames on someone else. Robo Justice is controlled by someone.
Damn.
Definitely did not study criminal evidence or anything.
Damn.
Makoto. Makoto, Bean Sprout, Naegi.
Bean Sprout. So then, never mind. I'm not even gonna ask that question.
No, you can't. You can't.
There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. Probably where Taka was originally found. Yeah. There are some.
No, I did not know that actually, Yuri.
Criminal justice? No, I kind of assumed, because you have too much knowledge about things that are not quite knowledgeable unless you were a criminal justice major. I did take a criminal justice class in college, so I'm familiar with it, but...
I just know a lot of shit because I watch a lot of true crime videos. Oh, I said Tice's thing.
Hmm?
I said Tice's thing. I watched a lot of true
watch a lot of true crime. It's almost like she knows how to do these things. Damn.
Did you read this one?
I did.
Okay.
The first place is a nurse's office where Hifumi was found originally. Then the equipment room where Taka was found.
Can I go now? Thank you.
In college, I took a intro to criminal justice because it was an elective. Did not actually need it.
Nice.
And then I took I forget what the class was actually called, but it was studying the mental health of quote unquote criminals, which was actually needed for my major.
There was a time when I wanted to be a detective.
Kind of the same, actually.
Yeah. My grandfather was a detective.
But then I was like,
Oh, look, it's a homicidal maniac.
there's period blood on the ground.
Ew.
Taka had his period.
His first one.
His first and last one.
Oh, man.
There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. There's a lot of words that you didn't need to say in there, Makoto, but thanks.
I like how we're copy editing the game as we play it.
This game desperately needs copy editing.
It needs
Oh
it.
my god. About the dolly in the repository. My major included studying criminal and federal law.
Blood on the tire! Oh my god!
Going over criminal evidence. How to bag and tag things. How to tell what certain evidence. Did you?
I'm sorry, I just lost my
It's
my mind there for a second.
Did you ever do anything with that? Like, did you get a degree in it, or did you change your degree halfway? There's blood on the tire. I'll just read it normally because you already read it. Could that blood have come from here? What do you mean here? Bro.
You mean the tire tracks in the blood? Could the blood on the tire have come from the tire tracks in the blood?
Makoto, even your sister is more intelligent than this.
Button.
Originally wanted to be a detective, but
Can I get
PTSD.
another clip,
Damn.
please? Can I get another clip?
I got it. I almost wrote
Thank
clip,
you.
just so you know. I'm sorry about that, Yuri. Is it something that you still want to do, or you're nah? Which could mean that Taka's which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly.
The last horse is limping to the stable.
Oh man, this is beyond the last horse. This horse wasn't even in the fucking race. Both
I
rooms
don't think
are
they'd
on
let
the.
me. And for another, I'm busy enjoying life as a computer. That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't think I could do it anymore either, to be honest.
I kind of still want to do it, but I ain't got money. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor. That should have definitely been possible.
Congratulations, the last horse has limped to the stable.
But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Very interesting question, Makoto.
Very interesting question.
Hifumi's
Makoto.
body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even if it's just PI, physically no health, just more. That's fair.
That's fair.
Even with a dolly, there's no way it could have gotten it to the 3rd floor. I guess there's no elevators in this school. That's still a total mystery. You know what's funny? If Yuma was here, he would have solved this case in literally 5 seconds.
If Yuma was here, he would have friggin' Sparta kicked Makoto out the window for that fucking tire thing. Like, get the fuck out of my way.
If Yuma was there, he would have solved the mastermind so fast.
Yes, he would have.
Oh my god, that would have been
Vivian too. Vivian would have done it too, but he wouldn't have told. He would be like Byakuya. He wouldn't tell anyone just because he doesn't care.
You know what? Yeah, it really depends on which Yuma. If it's pre-memory Yuma, then he would have just watched the shit unfold.
It's spelled Dolly. It's spelled Dolly like the name, Mac.
Dolly.
I think I missed the tire thing entirely. Why are we spider kicking Makoto? Because
we're Sparta kicking Makoto because he noticed the blood on the tire of the dolly in the repository, and then came back here and saw the bloody tire tracks and went through a whole fucking soliloquy, a whole fucking Shakespearean soliloquy before realizing that there are tire marks in the blood.
Correct. I've rest my case. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka.
I'm sorry.
The body was the body was moved, but the murder weapon was left here. First part of the sun. Calm down.
I need a third. I'm just gonna mark that because I think it's a little far back for a clip now.
Listen, I love Danganronpa, but this first game in particular drives me nuts, and it gets channeled to Arya.
It really does. Because it's just so dumb.
Let the record know, again, she's the one who asked to play this game first. I wanted to play too.
Because, you know why I asked to play this one first?
Yeah?
Moments like this.
I know. That's why I did not fight you.
Because it's content.
And it's also just...
I do get a little heated.
Ridiculously funny.
Oh look! A tarp! How long is it going to take Makoto to realize that the tarp is just like the one underneath Taka?
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to put a timer, and we're gonna actually time it. Let's stopwatch.
Okay.
Stopwatch is ready. Okay, ready?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Just recently too. Where could I have possibly seen this tarp?
Oh my god!
11 seconds. He didn't even make the connection.
He did
not make the connection.
He didn't.
Should I keep it running? I stopped it right now.
No. Let's just call it. Let's just call it a fucking wash, because someone else is gonna realize it for him, and it's gonna be either Kyoko or Byakuya, and I'm going to.
It might be a little stupid, just a little bit, just a smidge. Let's see what Jill has to say.
I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Okay.
Fair enough.
Is that it?
Continue on.
Is that?
She has nothing to say. She wasn't awake, so fair enough.
All right. She passed out.
Toko, who is the main host of the body, has a phobia of blood. So
yes, and she passes out whenever she sees blood. She passes out whenever she sees blood and wakes up as her alter ego, Genocide Jill.
Jill and Toko do not have a open communication when it comes between them, so they cannot share memories.
Correct.
Oh wait, that was actually a spoiler. Sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's not a big one. Like it's
no,
not,
but it will come up in this case. I think
it does come up in this case. Yes.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That was my degree coming in the way.
It's actually important that they know that.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah. Heavy ass sleeper. It's true. Celeste. Was she really attacked with this? Justice Hammer 1? What the heck is with this thing? I read the wrong emphasis. It's okay.
Spoilers.
It's all right. It's actually important spoilers if you guys weren't here for that.
She's not the killer anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not gonna waste time with a theoretical killer.
Out of this floor.
Through those stairs.
there we go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Couldn't have figured that one out on my own.
I know, you would have just been lost like Makoto.
That's how I live my life.
Damn.
My dinner's starting to smell good.
Eat your dinner. On a scale of 1 to 10, Makoto sits up at a 6 on the stupidity scale, I see.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friend.
Yeah. Does it get worse or no, right?
Oh, it gets worse.
I don't remember if it does. Justice Hammer 3, the one that used to kill Hifumi. Was that bleh,
And then
that
it
was
gets
used to
even
kill
worse
Hifumi.
because we deal with Dumjime.
No. That is no.
Yes.
He's so much better than
Yes.
Makoto.
No, he's just as bad.
No, he's not. Don't even.
You're looking at him through Blorbo colored glasses.
No. Don't do my boy dirty like that.
I said what I said and I meant it.
No, I know you did. I read that. The girl with genocide as a nickname isn't the killer. Crazy. I know. That's why her name is Genocide too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a big spoiler here. I'm gonna do a massive spoiler for this entire game. But the best part about her is she does not ever kill anybody.
Nope.
Never.
In all of the games, she has never once killed anyone.
All of her kills were like from before.
Yep. And it's amazing. I love her.
I also love her.
Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind.
Oh,
Okay.
look, my blood.
Hey, look,
It's period everywhere.
I can't even look at it.
You can't? You can't investigate it? I guess it's not important. That's because she fucking passed out
Exactly.
if she killed anyone.
Well, no, the alter ego is the killer.
Yeah. Toko passes out.
And the
Jill
alter
does
ego,
not.
The alter ego does not have a problem with blood.
I also just want to say, as somebody who studied, who has a degree in psychology, it is so a shame that we never know why Toko is the way that she is, how she developed the idea in the first place. But considering
It's also a very poor representation of DID.
yeah, it's horrendous. But the fact that she has a phobia to blood is also very interesting. So to me, in my mind, I'm just gonna assume it has something to do with that. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. Genocide Jill, but she's not committed any genocide. Correct. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions.
I wonder if
guess.
that could be important.
Where did they get the blood from? Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire.
Makoto.
I love the humor though.
Makoto.
That was humorous.
Makoto.
Let him
Makoto.
have that. Let him have that.
I am not letting him have a
Let
damn
him
thing
have
until
that.
he wakes up his fucking brain.
Someone who also studies psychology, I could probably figure it out. You're free to have ideas. There's never there's nothing confirmed, sadly. It's just a normal trash can. Wait. There's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth.
Gee, I wonder if that's relevant.
I would assume it's relevant. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it. So nothing canon, interesting. You can infer stuff from canon, but you really there's no confirmation. Ugh, but it's also covered in blood. And we also didn't hang out with her for the free time events, so if she says anything, it's kind of like,
Did you find something?
Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth.
Man, it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Yeah, me either. But I think it might be important.
I'm losing my ever-loving mind.
I just want to...
These children...
Yeah?
Go on, what were you going to say?
I just want to know what is that X-ray of over there to the right?
These children are fucking dumb!
Are those legs? And if they are legs, whose legs are they?
Oh, I think we did this one already.
Yes. What are you investigating, Celeste?
I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you?
Oh, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh?
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom.
And when you got back, the body was gone.
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
It would seem so.
Doesn't seem possible with Hifumi's size.
That's literally what he says, so I'm moving on.
Can't think of anything else that's impossible. Less than impossible.
So this is
Hello.
where you were. I've been looking for you.
Why are you looking for me?
I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed.
What are you talking about?
You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this.
Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right?
You remember well.
Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it kind of left an impression.
It's all clear.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap.
It is?
Things grow ever more exciting.
What are you talking about?
I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You owe me more than that, sir. Come back. Hello?
That's what he said. That's what he said. I don't care what else he said. That's what he said. He's calling to the boyfriend and he's wondering where his girlfriend went.
She be hiding.
She be doing something else.
Actually, she's doing more important things right now.
Yes, she is. Oh wait, that's not where it's supposed to go.
That's Makoto's room.
Toko. All I gotta do is look for the.
You walked by
big
Hiro's.
Oh, I did.
I think so, yeah. I saw an afro. Nope,
There's
that's
Chihiro.
Celeste.
Oh, no, that's Celeste.
Never mind, I confused it with Celeste.
How dare you?
Sorry. It was so fast.
I'm just looking for the big freaking ramen noodle hair right there.
This door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside? Yaka did say go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. Hello. Oh, he's got a lot of books.
Interesting.
This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of
He
weird
can
stuff
read?
in here. That's unironically my thought as well. Why is Hito's camera glitching out? Is that just for me, or do you see that?
No, it's doing it for me too.
What? Where did he even get it all from?
What the fuck?
That's so weird.
Can you mark that?
Well, oh my god.
More importantly, he still hasn't turned up.
Okay. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? How come he gets all of this stuff and Makoto's room is just playing with cats?
Because Makoto gets the cats. That's more important.
True. I think there's something in the cardboard box.
I like how we ran with that.
It's blueprints for something, and something's made out of it. It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? Yeah, it's in Hero's room. Wait. These blueprints. Something about them bothers me.
Could it be
Oh,
that you have confirmation
No,
that
I get
Hero's...
it. I get it.
Mhm.
I
I won't spell it out.
See, that's a minor detail that I would forget and have forgotten.
I'm curious.
It's a normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. Why is the camera glitching in Hido's room specifically? Surveillance camera. Why is it jittery? There's no point in worrying about it, but I worry, Makoto. Why is it jittery? the area?
I guess there's nothing else.
Makoto, big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she?
Worried about the GF.
Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hiro. It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the 2nd floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time, that's highly suspicious. But let's go to the pool.
Yes, suspect.
Ran off to the 2nd floor as fast as I could.
Do I need to thank you, game? I appreciate it. Ted.
Kyoko and
I mean,
Man, I have had the worst day.
Ted. Hiro?
I'll talk to him first.
Hiro.
huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be?
That's a good question.
Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati?
Ted.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Thank you, my
Anyway,
queen.
Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace. That is the definition
Wow.
of disappeared, Makoto.
There was something I had to check up on.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly,
She says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
and?
first of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean,
Well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep. Don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well,
let me
I don't know what's
in
up. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we all got the pieces off.
Yeah, free at last.
Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So
More to
then,
the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume.
Um,
Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume.
How does she know about the blueprints?
That's true. I saw the blueprints myself.
Yeah, me too.
Could it be?
Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible.
was Hiro.
Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else.
Tie me up?
Oh, hold on, guys. I think that's going a little too far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment.
hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
Can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Wow, robot. Yeah,
I mean,
hello,
it's
Blue.
not like I made it.
Hi,
I
Blue.
just
How
got
are
caught
ya?
up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses.
No, see, it's because you were a girl. If it was another guy, then Makoto, go ahead.
Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible.
You are absolutely right. It seems like this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But
There's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it's him.
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me?
Nice.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it?
Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were
How
killed,
about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then,
You may as well tell us then.
Hmm.
Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh? Unfortunate?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong.
Oh,
I know.
then.
That note.
No.
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
But really?
I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me.
Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you.
Honey, he is. Well, after being trapped so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I'm not saying that.
Yahoo! I still don't buy it.
Yahoo!
Don't be mean.
Well,
Very
you should
Yako
buy it.
thing
Just
to
a
say.
second.
Okay,
Yeah.
then show us that note.
With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it.
Yeah, sure.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must provide evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us reason. What the heck? You're serious!
Poor Hito.
Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins.
Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
What? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hito.
No, it's like I said!
The worst.
Was it really to get the money from Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why.
Wait, that's a false accusation! Someone help me!
Just be thankful we have bound and gagged you.
If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
Ah, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Pete, don't fail me now.
Guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, or Genocide Jack to switch with me, but but if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, but I don't think Jill would have a problem with Sakura, to be honest.
No, I actually think they might get along.
Yeah, one by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Do you have a second?
Oh, so now you want to talk to me?
I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground.
Okay, but you gotta tell me where you were first. But can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No.
To reject me so simply.
Anyway...
I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
Guess not.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Such a bully.
Hey.
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses.
Examine the corpses. Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Anyway...
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay then, show me where the bodies are.
They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. Why didn't it teleport you there?
I know. Wait.
You have to go to the stairs, yeah.
Yeah. I realized that a bit too late.
I see that.
Dun, dun, dun. Floorboner, rise! Hifumi and Taka.
For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started.
She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons.
Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something.
You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand?
You did?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much?
No, that's not it. So, anyway, you said something about a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock.
So that would mean the watch was broken sometime out just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
So it seems he was the first victim.
So it seems.
Because if Celeste says she was attacked just after 7.
That's true. It's almost 10 o'clock, and you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
In other words...
So if it worked
My
at
bad.
10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m.
Meaning it
Meaning it must have happened at... Oh,
Meaning it must have happened at 6 in the morning. Thank you, Arya.
sorry. I don't read the names. I just read the words and respond to...
I can tell.
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something.
It's a paper, says Makoto.
This is when I lost my mind the first time, by the way.
Yes,
remember?
I do remember.
My little...
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out?
Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? AKA, I just don't fucking want to.
Wow. Okay.
Because you know Kyoko would never say boys are more suited for this than girls.
Absolutely. She's just fucking with him. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. It's a piece of a paper.
Just a kana. Was that all he had in his hand?
Kana. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just a little scrap of paper. It doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that.
Kyoko turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own.
Piece of a paper! The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move her.
I guess I have to talk to her.
Oh, wow!
Because we read this already.
We did. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this.
It's a wad of crumpled paper.
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him.
Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only presume he'd hid it there on purpose, you see.
In his pants? So, wait, you touched down there?
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something.
Oh, that's helpful.
That is not much better.
I don't know what that means.
If anything, that's worse.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up.
When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, I don't want to touch it, but I guess it was that important for him. It's a note with a torn corner.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape.
Hifumi can't find out, so don't tell anyone. Let's meet at the equipment room, 6 in the morning.
So...
That sounds very familiar.
That's it! It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling the truth.
However...
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it?
Right, he said.
Weird note.
6 p.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Yeah, 1 a.m.
So
Hiro said 1 a.m.
Hiro got the note first.
I think Hiro was supposed to... No, actually, I think it all went according to the killer's plan.
Yeah. The time is different. Hiro told us his note said 1 a.m. But this note says 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
That's not what I said, but okay. Maybe large amounts of food. I don't want to touch it. Fair.
Oh man, not me.
Huh?
Large amounts of food, give.
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. You mean
There's a Yuri
perhaps
in the corner.
the fact that, huh?
There's a Yuri in the corner. In the game.
Huh.
It's right above Kyoko's name. Do you see it?
Oh, oh my god. I was looking for... You're a migraine.
We do see Kyoko. The brains
Part
has
of it has
entered the
been torn
chat.
off, right? Yeah, we would be helpless without her. Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Oh yeah, we found Hiro.
Yeah. It's because that corner that you found on Taka came from this note,
in
Makoto.
Kyoko's hand. Yeah.
It was stuffed down
No,
Hifumi's
Kyoko was not
pants.
hiding. Kyoko was not hiding Hiro. She found Hiro though.
She says she found Hiro.
Oh,
Could you explain a little bit more, please? I'm
Is that your
kind of
version of my voice?
slow.
oh, okay,
No,
you're
that's
making fun of
Makoto
Makoto.
being stupid.
Yes.
She
Yes,
said,
we saw
did see-
Hiro.
yes.
He was in the Robo Justice costume, but it's a little too perfect for our liking.
Yeah.
It's a little too perfect for our liking. Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
Why can't you just tell me instead of having me figure it out? This is so annoying.
She's teaching you critical thinking, Makoto.
But I don't want to critical think. I just want to be a pillow
So
princess.
What if it wasn't a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Because she's trying to teach him critical thinking and he's not learning because he has the brain of a 5-year-old. And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Interesting. And he doesn't even figure it out in the moment.
Hey.
He doesn't clock it at all.
No, not until the trial.
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out.
Nice.
Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place.
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders.
So she fucking knew.
She clocked this whole thing.
Yo, that's crazy. How does she? Okay, but how does she find that out?
Well, okay. I'm gonna send you another DM.
Okay. Because this I don't recall. You say that, but Hifumi's still alive, right? How about that, Kyoko? Answer that. Did you send it to me? Oh, you did.
Yes.
Oh, that's fair. That's so
keep that in mind.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why she's my favorite character in this game. She's so helpful.
She is.
There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role.
A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. I don't blame him for that.
No.
Because I would have been like that. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind.
I was the first time I played as well. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why mention it if it's irrelevant? And why tell me it's relevant if it's irrelevant?
Exactly.
You know?
That was my thought process.
Okay, while we're ding dong bing bonging, I have to pee. So
I will also
quick BRB.
pee, so I will stare into the void.
Okay, quick BRB. I'm gonna go to my BRB screen. Be right back, homies. Homies and bromies. Man, I was so got a pee pill that I forgot to mute my browser sources. I had to pee. Did you miss us, everybody? Hifumi died twice. He did indeed. So how are we feeling about the evidence we've collected? How are we feeling? Have any theories changed or thoughts developed? Welcome back, Dingle.
Fumi died twice?
He did indeed.
Did he die twice?
Yes.
But there
was no announcement for the second. That's very, very... No. Or was there no announcement for the first one, Gunter? That's the question.
Welcome back, Mike.
Hi, back. I'm Mac. Oh, I don't have the game up. I was trying to click it on my freaking OBS.
Thank you for head pets. AFK head pets. My dumbass thought you were playing Danganronpa trigonometry.
Honestly, this case very well may as well be.
Honestly.
This killer is a genius. They got it almost perfect.
It's almost frustrating, honestly.
Of fireworks.
Yeah.
Like the flash of a soul clashing with life and
How are you, Esker?
And so, with no
Welcome
further
to stream.
ado, everyone, please meet at the usual
God.
spot.
Thank you for the follow.
You followed Rin. Well, thank you for following Rin.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
Naruto left got me deaf as
See
hell.
you soon.
Nice!
Just got back from campus. Hello. Welcome
would
back from
seem-
campus.
It's unfortunate,
Ah.
but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end.
Have fun with the learns.
Have fun learning.
And in that game, the
You'll
whole
have to
cutscenes
figure
are
out-
just you doing maths. I would die.
Oh God,
I would die.
I would never buy that game to begin with. I'm too gay for math.
I would KYS so fast. But
Same.
wait, actually, it would be KYM.
I would. No, it
Yeah.
would be KMS.
You're right.
You would commit.
I would do outro.
I'm too gay for math.
Depends on the kind of math. Damn.
You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Do you have the class trial walkthrough up?
Do I need it?
Yes.
We're not gonna ignore that, Mac. We're not gonna process that.
KFM?
No, Okay, well, KFM was funny. KYM is
Yes.
embarrassing.
I'm gonna have to reshare the KFM clip. Just
Yeah, you're right.
It's fucking funny.
That's like the
Shall
same
we
level
go?
of embarrassment of 6 becomes before 4.
6 comes before 4. You realize I'm gonna redo that bit when we get to the chickens, right?
No. Oh my god, the chickens. Leave the chickens out of this. Can you be shut up? Silence. What was I like? Walkthrough.
Woo, okay. Okay.
What chapter is
Fucking
this?
time. 3.
3. Chapter 3 walkthrough.
Well, we'd better get going.
Sounds like a radio modulate. That's why I said it. Somebody gets it. Okay.
Okay, I'll read Makoto while you look the thing up. There's a Makoto in the red door.
That is exactly how my door sounds right now.
Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door.
Proclamation.
I don't know why I'm reading it in a like proper voice. Makoto doesn't sound like that.
No, Makoto
And
does
as soon
not
as we
sound
were
like
all
that.
there,
Okay, I got it.
Monokuma appears!
oh God, there's 2 of them.
Why are there double?
You want to read? You get to read the echo part. Hello.
Hello.
He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy.
You're not playing along.
Along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator.
Wow.
I'll see you guys down there.
I do need to put
Let's
oil on
go.
the door.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hito. You're gonna pay for your sins.
Okay, but I mean,
She's, like,
of
all
all
up
the
in
people
this.
here, she is far and away the dumbest. Can we agree on that?
I don't. It's really tough. You're competing against Hiro.
No, I think Hina's dumber than Hiro. I know Hiro's dumb. I am not disagreeing that Hiro is dumb. That is like not even on trial here. But Hina is just like, she's a sheep and that makes her dumber.
I guess.
You know?
I guess.
What the
I feel like they're
I
tied.
told you already. I didn't do it for serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note?
Ugh.
Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits.
Yikes.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin.
Yeah, good idea.
Look at that. Mommy and Daddy are agreeing.
That's right. I have to do this all
He has
over
both
again.
Mommy and Daddy on his side this time.
For now. I'm gonna wax
Right.
poetic about going into the elevator. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives.
Oh, we need to see the dead.
The
We need to see the deadening.
The deadening.
The deadening.
The one who killed Hifumi and Taka The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is among us. Among us.
Elevator time.
Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly.
Maggie poetry slam.
Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move.
Ah, the twins are bonking their heads together. Bunk.
Oh.
Bunk, bunk.
The clunking of the elevator.
No, you gotta read it. You gotta read it like a poem. You gotta read it in a dramatic voice.
I don't know how to read it in a dramatic voice.
The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down.
I don't know how to read.
That's true.
It's very true. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Also, Kyoko's hair is like very pink in that.
But it's supposed to be purple.
I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. It slid open.
Hi, Edie. Hello.
Opening up onto
Hi, old lady baby.
fate.
Hello. Oh my goodness.
To a disastrous classroom. To a
Sorry, I'm being
bearful trial.
I'm getting head
Yes.
I'm getting head mocked from my old lady. What do you see? Oh,
Ow.
When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
That's the worst.
Only because of you.
Why? Why are you making us do such cool things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action plan.
Blah, blah, blah.
Stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
And so, the curtain opened once again. Deadly judgment, deadly deception, deadly betrayal. Riddle, defense, deadly faith. A deadly class trial. What was the point of that?
Makoto Naegi's poetry slam.
Every time.
Every time.
Tranquility.
Completely steadies your aim, affecting the non-stop debate of Hangman's Gambit. Do I have anything else? Breathing technique. The focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during the... You know what?
Nothing.
All right.
else. Trial time.
Finish preparations. Let's do it! My cat just walked in front of the camera. Sorry if I already did anything wonky.
Nah.
Let's begin with a basic and I'll punish.
We already know
We know.
who did it.
No, we don't, you dumbass.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't
Someone
know
knocked
anything
me
about it.
out.
Someone knocked him out.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Okay.
I don't want to hear that from you.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing
That's
it
giving
while-
him a way too much credit.
I know. That's too much
How many
effort for
times do I
him.
have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or...
Okay, what do I use on what?
Before anything else, we have to make that clear.
It is
Hiro's-
Byakuya's birthday today.
Yes. Happy birthday to Byakuya.
Hero's handwriting on what?
No, it's Hiro's
Hiro's-
message on Blueprint.
Okay.
Castle Hiro's message.
Everything we found in your room.
Mensaje.
The blueprints, the suit parts.
They are all. No, that's wrong.
Incorrect. You are
No, that's
incorrect.
ding dong. Y'all are wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote,
Made in the dynamo.
asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
I don't know,
When you
man.
compare
Type
it to
font
the
is pretty similar.
blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to do.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
That I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my
Hello?
handwriting anyway.
Oh
So,
my
Makoto,
lord.
Are you saying you don't
What?
think Hiro's the culprit?
My internet.
Oh no.
OBS, no!
OBS!
Uh-oh.
No, no.
Uh-oh.
OBS.
I will wait.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Do I need to reshare the game?
Am I? Well, I still hear you.
Okay. You can read that since we didn't.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
This is the suspicious individual and yeah,
got
could be Hiro.
Yeah.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Can you use your brain?
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Interesting.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Wow. Defensive.
Got very
course.
defensive.
But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
I love him. I love him so much.
Damn, he's got no time
What
for
is
stupidity
it?
right now.
What needs to be clarified?
He's got no time for anyone less intelligent than him
Yeah.
or Kyoko.
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would
him.
seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Hello,
Makoto,
Edie. Come
can you
on.
tell us what they were?
The tarp.
Come on, ma'am. Hang on. I'm calling him. Yeah, I'm calling Edie into my lap.
Hi.
Why?
Ah.
I got it!
Because I love her.
Still one more thing.
The dolly.
I got it!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that attitude?
So let's see if I can explain.
He wants Makoto to be a little more assertive.
Yeah. He hates that he's a pushover.
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Hello, Edie.
It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the
What do you mean,
killer
why am I
was
calling my
sitting
cat onto
and
my lap?
decided to use it
You
when
should
they
let her
moved
come
Taka's
to your
body.
lap naturally.
Well, she was. She just needed a little encouragement.
Aw.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while
Because I
they were
usually don't
moving.
let her when I'm streaming. But yesterday was her birthday, so I'm spoiling her a little because she's an old lady.
Baby. She's got the
She's
same
13.
birthday as Byakuya.
No, yesterday was her birthday.
I said what I
And
said.
today is Byakuya's birthday.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found
Hi,
Taka's body
ma'am.
there. But when the body disappeared,
So
did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository,
She's 13 years old now.
She old.
so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Yes, it is not possible, actually.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong.
Crackly.
Nobody expects much
My
from you
audio?
anyway.
Uh-oh.
I hear everything fine. You may need to refresh stream, because I did have a bit of a freak out with my internet.
I'll pause for a second.
It stopped.
Oh, it stopped. Okay.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
That is actually super duper wrong.
Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Well, maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository.
Bullet time battles, sure. Reloading. Starting with this, we're going to add one more ingredient on the bottom of the screen. Ammo count. Oh. Basically, just remember that the X button now functions along with the A and Y. Automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. But if your difficulty is set to gentle, thank you very much. It's the blood stains, right?
Yeah.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your
That's rich
worst.
coming from you.
Away with you. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
Damn.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
She's so mean.
She is.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jesus, Celeste really hate me that much.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
Jeez.
Sakura's like, honey, please. You're trying so hard, but your brain is too far down to get any thoughts to your mouth.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
The dolly.
Robo Justice costume on Bend
Yep.
Over.
Okay.
Bend over.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository.
Look at how steady Sakura's thingy made it.
Wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly
You'll still
and
miss
wheeled
it,
it off,
though.
right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said.
You know, you
when
said
we
it
were all
yourself.
checking out the suit together. Remember?
Blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Can't do it by
I don't know
yourself.
what's up with this thing, but I actually can't get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing! There's a clasp in the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. So, yeah. We didn't really need to see that whole scene, but okay.
No,
It's
yeah.
impossible to get the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up.
Hero wasn't even the only one to say it, Hina.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the
She's
dolly?
the dumbest.
To be clear,
Should be.
whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
What about it?
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
so dumb.
Gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
My queens.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Damn.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto,
I love you, honey, but
Kyoko,
you're making me a little
and myself.
uncomfortable right now. There we go. She was on my leg and like I couldn't move it or I'd risk knocking her onto the floor.
We waited there for quite a while,
Should've
but
knocked down
nobody
the
else
floor.
showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It
Makoto.
seems I was unconscious for
Makoto.
about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
I hope Gunter's not missing this. He was looking forward to it.
It's probably missing all of it.
I
That was
know.
when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko. And then
Byakuya.
went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was
Byakuya.
injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. but not long after leaving the nurse's office.
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong?
I know, she's great, isn't she, Esker? Sakura's the best. She's lovely. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Yeah, Sakura's a girl!
Huh? What was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been...
Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office. Let's go!
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups.
Oh.
Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office.
What do you mean, nah, you'd win?
While Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
What?
Esker says nah, they'd win.
To the nurse's office,
Win what?
we found
What we finding?
Dead.
I don't know. If it's Sakura, I press X to doubt.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
She's the ultimate fighter, man. She knows every martial art known to man.
There and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the...
Against God, we
Filipino. Say the odds are we even.
We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
She can touch her
body
toes.
has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and
What?
saw that she was right.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't say anything.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Repository.
Corpses.
Bodies. Dead.
I think that about covers it.
Not that. Why did we need a recap?
For Kyoko, who wasn't there.
Oh.
I see.
She got a fucking recap,
The whole
though.
thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Indeed, and you made it more so.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions.
I was reading your line. Because you're mooning over your cat.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. Beppy, do you
And mooning over
perhaps
your
know
cat is
what
more
it
important.
is? It's true. I must uncover the truth.
Okay. So what do I use on what?
What order? Numbering? If we didn't do that? It's an absorbing bullet.
It's an absorb? Okay, what do I absorb?
What order?
Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
That.
Taka came last.
And then the
What
numbering.
makes you say that?
Okay.
Because of the numbering of the justice.
No, that's wrong.
That isn't correct,
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Ding dong, bing bong, you're dumb as fuck.
Hold on. There's
Ding
no
dong,
reason to
bing
assume
bong,
that
your
the hammers
dumbass
were
tibbied
used in the
ass is
same
wrong.
order as their numbers.
You
If
asked
anything,
twice.
that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
My baby,
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think
You
the
are
hammers were used in
melting.
order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
His watch.
Okay.
His wrist watch.
Oh, it's one of these.
It's a handband. Hangman's a gambot.
Gambate.
Ow.
I need an I and an S.
It's a wrist witch.
Switch. I need an S, thank you.
Wrist watch.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I've got it.
I've got it.
Watch. See? Look.
I make
Broke
fun of
with the
him so
hands
much.
pointing
You do.
Just past 6 o'clock.
He deserves it.
He's
though.
such a
nerd.
baby. He's a baby.
He is a baby. That's why you gotta bully him. Yeah. How long are we gonna keep waiting? It's 10 p.m.
Irritated voice, 10 o'clock.
It's-
He had a watch at 10 o'clock
So
last
if it
night, and
wasn't
suddenly it broke
broken
at
after
6 in the
6
morning.
last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before
Correct.
Celeste was attacked this morning.
Correct.
Which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the
Which
others.
means
the first
nobody
victim.
has an alibi.
Nope.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
Sweat.
We made the wrong assumption
He
about
is
the order
sweating.
of events, all because of those justice hammers.
He's Shveddy. He's so tiny.
He's very short.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6,
My queen, I
then
love you.
everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
are
at
we
the
on
trial now.
Yep.
You missed it. You missed a lot of it. We already determined that even though Celeste is being a stubborn dumbass about it, we already determined that it couldn't possibly be Hiro. Hifumi is not alive. Hifumi is dead.
But Hiro is not the killer.
We already determined beyond a shadow of a doubt, despite Celeste's stubbornness, that it could not be Hiro.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Am I coming delivery message
No,
announcement?
nope.
That's
Nope.
coming up.
That's coming up. That's a key point here.
Why are we doing this again? We've seen this 3 times already.
Hifumi is in the nurse's office. We all go down, and we
When
see
we
him
heard
bonked on the
Hifumi
head.
Screaming, we were all together, except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know. They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
That's actually not a bad suggestion.
Yeah.
That's true. Where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else...
It has a very good
explanation.
explanation.
Correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
Takas.
At that time, we were
Taka.
all gathered
Taka's
together
body.
in the nurse's office
Makoto.
because of Hifumi going missing.
Makoto.
Well, don't forget,
Hiro.
I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, There's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body, because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared,
Kyoko.
so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Look at how calm she is. I love her.
Yep.
She's best girl.
In particular, I think we need to.
Sakura's
figure out
also
how
best girl, though.
Hifumi's
So
Celeste
body
voice
got
actor changed her
moved.
accent wasn't this forced in previous trials. I wonder why.
I wonder why.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
Flashback to what Celeste said.
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. You'll see, Gunter. You'll see.
So
then,
the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in a short amount of time?
You have to be patient. It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute...
You'll see!
This is part of the trial too, yes.
Welcome to Danganronpa 1, my friend.
Carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
He is shredding.
He's very sweating. It's that T-boy smell.
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
This is like the key moment jam right here.
Yeah, this is.
The dead body moved on its own?
No.
Oh my
Not
God.
another.
If Hina is dumb, Hiro is ass. Dumb and ass.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he
I
was
guess if it
still
moves on
alive.
its own, and Joe carried Taka.
No.
She said she
No.
didn't.
He was alive?
She was passed out. Toko was passed out the whole time. And I will confirm to you that that's true.
Yes.
You're barking up the wrong tree, sir.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was
Hiro is
simply
indeed that
playing
guy.
dead.
Hiro is indeed that guy.
It isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is that truly possible?
Okay, so what do I do? What do I use it on?
Someone else's discovery.
What?
Someone else's discovery. It's an absorbable.
Do I absorb it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
It is
Hifumi was dead,
impossible.
without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the...
And what do I use it on?
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
That one, when you
And
get
that
it.
is
Okay.
why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance you... No,
He's a sweaty
Hifumi was
boy.
dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Which one? Which one?
Hifumi's
This
dead
one?
body
Yep.
had been found.
No, that's wrong.
That is incorrect.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Did we hear a second
so there's
announcement?
a good chance
Yes.
we made a mistake.
No,
in there
yes,
somewhere.
eventually, yes.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was
We-
for
we heard it
Hifumi
when-
or Taka.
The second announcement was in the repository when Hifumi died the second time.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
You're the last person to be suggesting that, sir.
No, actually, that was plenty.
But Hifumi woke up after that. They'll explain it. They're doing
They'll
it right
explain
now.
it.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement was with Hifumi.
Yeah, with Hifumi in the repository.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
oh,
okay,
my
I got it
bad.
wrong.
It's when both bodies were rediscovered.
Yeah.
He got embarrassed.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong!
A bitch is dead.
A body has been discovered! 2 hoes are laying dead before you! What are you gonna do about it?
Didn't seem weird at the time.
1 gay and 1 an incel!
Monokuma just told us. See it?
Give you more.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, I got it.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies,
Yep.
the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the
Pretty sure
Yeah,
I
nurse's
you
missed
did
office,
miss something very important.
He's looking or not
dead
focusing.
yet.
You did. Okay, so at the I'm gonna break this down for you in simple terms, or as simple as possible, because this is a little bit like crazy. There's a reason I called this case is crazy. Somebody, like, when Celeste told the 2 groups to go, one to go to the 3rd floor and one to go to the 1st floor, the 1st floor people thought they were finding Hifumi's dead body in the nurse's office. But it was really the 3rd floor people finding Taka's dead body in the equipment room. So they thought that the body,
See,
was there mind control? No, there's no mind control drugs or hypnosis.
The thing that
Sorry.
you have to think of here, Gunter, is that talents play a role. Makoto
Talents
is
play
the
a role.
ultimate lucky student. So the fact that he found Hifumi's body in the nurse's office at the same time as Byakuya's group found Taka's body is part of his luck. So the announcement that was playing was for Taka. It just so happened that Makoto mistook it for Hifumi's body.
There's no mind control or hypnosis. You're wondering why first announcement, Hifumi woke up because he wasn't dead yet. It's as simple as that. He wasn't quite dead yet. And Monokuma just didn't want to play it again. That's Monokuma being a little fucking futzing with it a little bit. Monokuma just didn't want to play the announcement again.
Did Monokuma play it after he woke up or before?
No, you weren't right. No, Monokuma did not fuck up. It's not a fuck up. He just didn't want to do it. You'll see. You'll see.
Wait, did he play it before Hifumi woke up or after?
Before. It was before. It was right after Byakuya and Makoto opened the door.
Okay. Does Monokuma explain that aside from the fact that
I think so, yes.
Because
okay, we're getting ahead of it. We're getting ahead of the story.
I was just gonna say that Monokuma just assumed that Hifumi was also dead.
Yes, I think so too.
Was shooketh when he woke up and then died.
I think so too. Yes, I think so too. Yes, I think Rin is right here. I think Monokuma was shook. but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Just wait. All will be explained. All will be explained. All will be explained in time. Oh, no. Macorno's already been introduced. We introduced Macorno way back in the beginning.
Oh my god.
Meaning he wasn't
Ultimate
actually
lucky
found
mascot
dead
Danganronpa.
until we came upon him in the repository.
That's
just
Monokuma.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
Oh my god.
Makoto is not just Hajime. Oh my god.
No. Don't be doing Hajime dirty like that.
We're gonna find Dad! Bada bing, bada bing.
Jill, no. Jill, no. Jill is.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
I agree.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay, then.
That much.
Let's
Exactly.
take another look at the events.
Why is
surrounding the
nobody
discovery
listening
of
to
his
Makoto?
body.
Makoto has a thing.
Then it should become clear whether he
'Cause
was really
Makoto's a
alive or
baby.
not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There's proof that Hifumi was still alive.
Okay. So what do I? What? Okay.
His glasses.
Yeah. Do I absorb it? No. Okay.
No, it's a
What do I
truth
use it
bullet.
on?
Well,
No
here's one
notable
thing we do know.
difference.
Okay.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Makoto's gooseless is trying to
And
gaslight
the
the
next
goose.
time we saw his body,
Which one? Say it again.
it was in the repository.
No notable difference.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no
Notable difference.
no
Notable
notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
Hi, Edie. You're back again.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
His
That fact
glasses.
alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
How do you know this
perhaps
for
you'd like
certain?
to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered
Celeste
with
is
blood.
being so defensive.
She
But
really
when
do.
we found him again later in the repository,
Bro, I'm not
Bro,
in the mood
I'm
for
not in
these
the mood.
stuff. I need answers.
they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
He's so excited that he found it in the nurse's.
He really is.
It's a cleaning cloth.
Yeah. No. I thought it was his butt.
Damn. Why would his butt
Glasses
be in
cleaning
the
cloth
trash
featuring
can?
a certain cartoon
It's where it
mascot.
belongs.
I hope I am 100% wrong. I will actively hate Danganronpa 1 forever.
Uh,
Why? Don't you know who did
so
it?
Anyway.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth
This was a
used to
very
wipe Hifumi's
clever-
glasses clean.
Yeah, this is
Clever
like,
case, though.
the one who did this is one of the smartest people in the history of the series.
And the mascot on
Like,
the cloth
high-
is
She used
the
her-
same one
High
that's on the
key, this
design
blackened
camera,
should have
right?
gotten away with it.
Yes,
If only Makoto hadn't been there.
and Byakuya, because Byakuya was a big proponent in solving this one.
If only Kyoko, Byakuya, and Makoto hadn't been there.
Exactly. They really are the trio.
They are.
And whose digital camera was it?
Hifumi's,
Hifumi's,
of course.
The character was Princess Kiggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
You forgot the
highly
star,
doubt
Hina?
anyone but Hifumi would
You're
have
supposed
brought
to say the
something
star.
like this to school.
Not gonna lie, I think I
Oh,
briefly
yeah.
remember this one and I was correct. I'm not gonna count that.
I see your point. And
This
the
was like
only people
roughly
here
around the
who wear
point that you
glasses
started
are-
coming to stream, I think.
Watching us,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
Sounds
I
about
wouldn't
right.
be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Imagine, oh my god.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
Man, Toko's glasses must be scratched to shit if she uses tissues.
I mean,
So
They're
what
soft
you're
tissues.
saying is... What
Also
exactly?
oily, because a lot of tissues have oils in them.
what kind of tissue are you using? That's oil.
Aloe and lotion tissues.
Oh, that's why. Why would you use that on your glasses?
What I'm saying is,
But a lot of
the
them have
blood on his
like, never mind.
glasses was
No, they
wiped
don't.
away using his own glasses
they do.
cleaning
Girl, what the
cloth.
fuck?
Even if that is true, it does not mean.
Oh my God, David, no!
I sometimes
David,
use
no.
my shirt.
No!
The U.S. tissue paper.
I'm disappointed in both of you.
Listen, I don't know what it's called, but I have this like small golden little thingy. It's very soft for my glasses.
Microfiber cloth?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what they're talking about in the game right now, and also exactly what I'm using to wipe my glasses because I just noticed a finger smudge on them.
Congratulations.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses
My
owner?
glasses
That's
lenses
fair.
are 3-year-old. Damn. Get new glasses.
Yeah, you need to go to the eye doctor, bro.
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's
office.
He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
How can he even walk on his legs? Can we think about that for a second?
I often ask that question whenever I see
He's got,
people
like-
of Hifumi size with thin legs.
Yeah, like he's got like toothpick legs, and he's like the size of a full garbage bag. And he probably smells like one too.
And with that,
Wow.
the impossible task of moving his copious corpse
Copious
becomes possible
corpse.
when
Copious corpse. Copious corpse.
Copious corpse. That sounds like a
Girl
great
said
band name.
copious corpse. It does. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Copious corpse.
I love it.
If he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
No, we found the blood bags in the
The fridge in the
Refrigerator.
nurse's office contains
Yeah.
packs
Oh
of
well,
blood for
Kyoko found them
emergencies.
too. Apparently.
He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got
6
crazy
years
with it and had to
old.
wipe his glasses off when
My
he was
goodness.
done. God, what an idiot!
See, I used
And
to
if
have
Hifumi was
old
still
glasses.
alive at that point, the
then
disappearance
I
they
did too.
broke.
of his body is easily
Before I met
explained.
James, I actually had been wearing the same pair of glasses for like 13 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was
I got it!
Hifumi.
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking
Glasses
for them,
are
right? So
indestructible.
me and Sakura
Not
headed for the
true.
repository.
Well,
But
your
when we got
glasses are,
there,
I guess.
The door was locked.
And the
I was
repository
listening to an
door
audiobook
can
of
only be
Sherlock
locked
Holmes,
from
and
the
it keeps
inside.
using the word ejaculated for a different reason.
Oh
can't.
my.
That is very dated English.
Oh my.
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Huh. I have a thing that I've
He
noticed.
convinced
What?
us all he was dead.
I
And when
can't
he
say
saw
it.
his chance, he
Damn.
dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case.
Yep,
He
Hifumi
was
carried
one of the
Taka's body.
assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Very good, Sakura.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The note.
Alter
I
ego.
got it!
Cut.
You're talking about the note
Gunter,
that Hifumi
please.
had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. And take a look at what the note says.
The hole. Monokuma can't find out. 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait.
You have to
this
go
one's a
fight
little
to gain
different.
alter ego.
In
Damn.
my note it said,
Ow.
Monokuma can't find out,
Unless
so don't
bathroom,
tell anyone
elevator,
else for now. Let's
Okay.
meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants!
I got it!
Hifumi's pants being an
That's
option
right.
is wild.
Taka. The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
I know, right? The only useful thing he ever does in this game. Other than being able to count chickens.
Hello! Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me.
I have.
Okay.
You're noticing the
What
difference
do I
in
use now?
slicing he ever does. True.
What do I think I absorb one.
Truth bullet
Huffy had the
bullet
note, right?
unbroken wristwatch.
Then the person it was intended for
On what?
must have been Huffy.
Nothing to do with TikTok.
Okay.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The tickle tockles.
TikTok.
The time doesn't matter.
Chubbies.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
Then where is alter ego? We'll see.
You'll see. Gunter.
No.
Patience,
Absolutely
my friend.
is a connection.
I'll help you. What the hell are you talking about?
Thank you.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Nakuma can't find out
But
about
there's
alter
more.
ego. It's true.
Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place
Taka-deal.
written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that.
What that tongue do?
Further objections?
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Hey.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they
Nope,
found a way
Monokuma
out.
doesn't know. That's why they've been so sneaky about going to see it.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Thank you for head pats.
Thank you
Stuffed down his
for her
pants, no
pants.
less.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Imagine knowing what is going.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
The scrap of paper.
Yep.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden
The
on
invisible note that I'm holding in my hand that might not even exist because it's invisible.
Yep.
Can we stare into Celeste's account for some time when we show the next? Sure.
Then
I mean, I'll read it quickly because
Hifumi's note.
because there is a time limit, and I want to maximize my score for more monocoins. But
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note
Locker
meant for
rooms don't have
Taka,
cameras,
while
can't be
Taka's
spying on
corpse
naked
still
kids.
grasps a small
True.
piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
oh
Taka
No,
tried
then.
clutching the note.
no,
Hifumi tried to free the note from his
I thought you
pocket,
actually wanted to look at some actual evidence, Gunter. Jeez.
Wow.
leaving
Not be a
behind only
gooner.
one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was
Thanks.
super involved in this whole thing for sure.
No, I know. I was talking about Gunter being a gooner.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact,
Okay, and he's back.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly
The
and
mom committed
completely
myself to
dead.
announcement after I'm gonna focus on actual murders.
Well, then you're not gonna be focusing this whole time because we actually find out about that toward the end. So
the second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
what the fuck?
Who are you calling a walrus?
So 2 people died. What's new anyway? Wow.
When they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So
Your
when
existence is
Hifumi was
bothering me,
killed
but I
in the
didn't break my monitor
repository,
yet. You know? Damn.
Jesus.
the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then
Chill
put
so
the hammer
spiky.
back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Byakuya is saying what we're all thinking.
Yep.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. And we're done.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on
There's
either
a
of the
hammer
hammers?
on the wall that had the paint removed from it.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too.
No, there's a hammer on the
And
wall
I
that
don't
had their
think either
paint
one
moved.
is
Got
big
there.
enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
They were all at the scenes of the murders, Gunter. And the attacking whatever stuff.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The clean hammer in the repository.
Yep.
What do I use it on?
Spotless hammer on one of the Justice Hammers.
Okay.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 was
Nope,
about
nope.
to make its appearance!
Oh, shit. I did a dumb.
Got too happy.
Yeppers peppers. It's fine.
What was
Who
used
put
to
them
kill
back
him?
on
Was
the
it
rack?
Justice Hammer,
The
maybe Justice
killer,
Hammer
of
The
course.
killer. The killer.
Well, whatever it was,
That indeed was a
there's
skeleton.
one thing we have to figure
That
out.
was indeed. That
How
was
the
indeed.
culprit able
That was
to
a not
move
paying
around so
attention issue,
freely with
actually.
the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make it, so check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice.
No, that's wrong.
You made Makoto Zahogi go crazy.
I did.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely
I
different.
wouldn't say completely different. It was
Seriously?
still a mallet.
No,
Different weapon?
it was a Justice Hammer at one point.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
And it was wet.
huh?
There
And
you
the
went.
reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely
It
because
was an
Injustice
Injustice
Hammer.
Hammer.
murder.
Justice Hammer become a
If the hammer got
non-Justice Hammer.
covered in
Yeah.
Hifumi's
It's like
blood,
Faye
Yeah,
said,
of course
Injustice.
they'd have to clean it off.
It was an injustice hammer.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones,
Small ones, some as big as your head.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Superman
If
did
that's
it.
true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository where
What?
someone
It was Dr.
used
Evil.
the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was
You bet it
working
was
with.
Mew Mew.
And the one who betrayed him.
There was one.
That's what one of the girls call it. Dumpbot. One of the girls calls it in one of the Thor movies. Because it's very hard to say.
I still think it's strange to assume someone
even
was
I have
working
trouble
together
with
with
it.
him.
So I call it Mew Mew.
I actually think it's not that strange considering he ended up dead, Celeste, but
Darcy,
okay.
yeah, that's her name.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else
Benefit?
carry out a murder.
Thor
But
just
the idea
tried to
that
summon the
anyone
hammer
would
and it
work
hit the
together like
whips.
that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Did we not?
Talked about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first. But 2 murders. You have to absorb 2 murders and then impossible.
Okay.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true,
You
it
hit
is
that
simply
one, but you need to
impossible
Yep.
that 2
absorb.
people work
Yeah, I
together
gotcha.
on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But
How
that
do you
only
absorb
really applies
words
if
to a
there's
bullet
one
anyway?
murder, right?
Do magic.
In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Yes.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Do you
even
just
if
suck?
more than
Yeah.
one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate. Assuming the rule holds true.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Celeste has
Since
a lot
there
to
were
say
2
in this
murders,
case.
it's at least
She really does,
plausible
more
that
than usual.
More than one
Yeah.
person was involved.
What do you mean?
It's like Mega Maid.
If there'd only been one murder,
You have to
then
go
yes,
from
the
suck
idea
to
of an
blow.
accomplice isn't really worth considering.
From Minnie to Wumbo.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Makoto.
The
Child.
payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
Of course, you
I
don't
think
understand
that's what
Makoto.
the true killer
Kyoko's
told
using
Hifumi.
risk reward stuff
They
and
would
made
each
this whole
have an
gang
accomplice
chore.
for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents.
Yoko's so smart.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of
A single
circumstances,
date.
they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go
Oh, and
along with
Byakuya
their
can come
plan.
along too.
And then to avoid the no accomplices
He's
rule, they
chaperoning.
simply killed their accomplice.
This is my boyfriend Makoto, and this is my boyfriend's boyfriend Byakuya.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems...
Kid D3 Kyoko
odd.
shows how far she goes.
Byakuya.
for the idiot. It's true.
Byakuya offended that the culprit didn't ask him to help.
He would have ruined the whole thing. Let's be real.
No, he would have pulled it off. Those two together are a dangerous duo.
I agree,
Are
but
you kidding me?
they would backstab each other so fast.
Oh, yes.
The effort made to convince us 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's so natural how good it is she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling
I
Hifumi's
think I was right at
string?
one point.
I think you had the right idea.
I think you had one of the right ideas, yes. The true killer manipulated... Oh.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Who's been acting out of character? I want you guys to give your final... David, not you, because I know you know. I want everybody who doesn't know to give their final guess right now. Faye, do you agree with Gunter?
Her voice
No,
actor
the voice
changed.
actor did not change.
Makoto!
No!
Thank you for the dumbass.
Did you hear that? I don't know if you did. I
No, I
heard it.
didn't.
Here's my answer.
I know you didn't hear it.
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
Oh, she
A
mad.
joke? I wonder.
You heard it? Yay! My sound alerts works now.
Head.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
And the mask slips.
Thank you for food.
The mask not just slips, the mask falls to the floor and breaks into 5,000 pieces.
She's mad.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
I mean, you
Is
ordered
that
him once
so?
to bring milk.
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
Encountering suspicious individual.
Yeah.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Wow!
Bro literally said silence bottom.
Wow!
Sorry.
And then he apologizes.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
I love him.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Bully him more,
Are
yeah.
you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Same as obeying Celeste's orders with Celeste when Celeste is grumpy.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the... This is why they showed this part like 4 billion
Yeah.
times. They wanted everyone to get the point smacked into their head.
We headed to the
Hi,
second
Isabella.
floor specifically because of what she
My
claimed
little
to have seen.
Isabella.
Eat her.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
What's wrong?
That was a rather intense... Byakuya clocked it in that moment
Yeah.
right there. The strange costumed
I know
man.
this
He
one was
ran off
fake
as
as
soon as I
fuck.
screamed. He was blocking the stairs, so I headed further into the hallway.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Nah!
Huh? What was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi.
Nurse's
This
office.
is bad. Let's go.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Why don't we split into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. Lead the capture of the suspicious individual.
That's
You were very close.
That's still a gamble because what if they'd been slow? They would have heard the body announcement.
But my friend,
Yeah.
she's the ultimate gambler.
I know. She literally took Makoto with her.
She literally relied on her talent.
She relied on her talent and Makoto's talent because you still need Makoto's talent to have that pay off. So she was relying on Makoto's talent to work. That's crazy.
And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
That is the highest fucking gamble that she could have done.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Sakura
It was
would
your
carry
way
them
of
to
telling him
Professor.
we were on the 3rd floor.
Except Sakura
Everything's going
went
according
with
to plan.
Byakuya.
He's so fucking smart too.
He can be. He's
Why
just
else
a little.
would you let out a
little
scream
brat.
that could have
When he
carried
applies
across
himself,
the
I think
sea?
he's actually bored because everything is handed to him. So when he
Yeah.
actually tries, he's very smart.
That is something that he has in common with the mastermind.
I have an issue with Celeste being a killer. Where would she get time after doing that hair? Actually, the little things, the little twisties are clips.
Yeah, that's actually
They're
canon.
clips. It's a part of her. It's a part of her fake ass persona. They are clips that go into her hair.
Yeah.
Ted.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found
Gamblers will
Hifumi
bring
in the
any
nurse's
lucky
office,
object they can
who
find.
we
Sadly,
now
like
know was
Swinson.
only
Exactly.
pretending to be dead.
She knew the gamble. That's why she did it. It's for the thrill of the gamble.
Yep. And for the money.
Yes.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
She doesn't have real spirals like me. Nope.
You
She
wanted
do
to
not.
make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but
Yep,
start
and that
putting
was
them
fake as
together and
well.
the picture gets
She's a
very
fake
ugly
ass
indeed.
hoe.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny
Oh, but it gets
You
better.
made one fatal
It gets
mistake.
better.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
Ooh, she's shook.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die.
Just
like
like
those
those
guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I
Yeah,
left
so how
with
would have
Makoto.
Celeste known that Taka died?
Exactly.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being
It's just
dead.
like fucking
Think
Mondo
about
all
it.
over again.
Celeste's
Yep.
comment doesn't make sense. It
A
was
little
completely out of
slippy.
place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Ted.
That moment is 100% Makoto luck. How does no one mention that? They really don't mention their talents too much in this first game. They're kind of
Yaku
not.
said that the last comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to?
They're not too focused on their talents right now. So absorb bullet on So Strange and hit those guys.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around.
They must be positively. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
Nah,
Just like
you're supposed to absorb that. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad. No.
It's alright. I'll just.
No. No!
Oh my god!
Sorry!
Rin! Alright. I absorbed the last one.
Really enjoying.
You absorb So Strange.
We are all going to. We are going to
Kind of
die.
like being supernaturally good doesn't come up much
all it
until
takes to finish
the
this.
show, because Nagito's was
Isn't
insanely
it?
strong.
What was so strange about Celeste's
Because
comment?
Makoto's luck is not supposed to be as strong as Nagito's. Makoto's luck is more like coincidental. That it happened so fast that you're like, oh, interesting.
Positively elated.
Nagito's
We are
luck
all
is
going to die
very
here.
supernatural. Very.
We are going to die.
Just like No, that's wrong.
Ding dong.
Rin Mega Skeleton moment indeed.
That's right.
As they were rushing
There's
to a dead
no
body, it
reason
was a
Celeste should
bit
have said,
consuming.
just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Dead.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
She's trying to misdirect so hard.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that
Answer
suit.
the question first.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how...
You set it up, you dingus.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Look at that face.
Yep. She's unamused.
That's the face of a bitch who's been caught.
Surely there are other explanations than the
attacking
one
other
you've
members.
offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect, if it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the other possibility is Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Oh.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
She's such a bitch.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Hiro was asleep
Yes,
the whole time? Yes,
Hiro was
indeed.
asleep the whole time, yes.
But is that really possible?
Okay, so what
Robo Justice costume.
Okay.
On stand up straight.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
Bro, how zooted he got for being asleep that much. I'm pretty
carry
sure
my
he
weight.
was
He got drugged.
You
chloroformed.
tried to make me look like
He
the
got
bad
drugged.
guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
Hifumi would be
If the
so
person
unfit, he could
inside
never
the
carry
suit
the
was
costume.
unconscious,
It wasn't
It's
really.
cardboard.
Yeah, it's
They could
cardboard.
stand up straight.
No, that's wrong.
It's a well done Gundam outfit.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain character.
No, not yet. He wasn't inside it yet. Or maybe he was.
The implication there
I
is
think
that
that's
he
what
was
they were
inside.
implying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
But that
can't
might
remember
also,
the
I
ways.
don't know.
Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. No, yeah, he was
Yeah,
in
he
there.
is decently strong.
Because remember,
And he is decently
They
strong.
probably made a mistake when
he
they
was
made it,
Hiro
so
was
it
told
couldn't
to
bend
meet
at
them
the
at the
waist.
rec room.
Yeah, you're right. And also, Hifumi has shown that he's decently strong.
Yeah.
David's right. Because remember, he's the one who wrapped Taka up in the tarp and pulled him away.
Yeah.
So
I'm not so sure that was a mistake.
We also
I
have to
think the
remember
suit
that
was
he's the
designed
ultimate
from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Daojin artist or content creator, whatever the thing is. He makes cosplays all the time, and those can be very heavy.
Oh, look at that face.
That's bright.
That is a face.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and
Ultimate
stuffed
Hector.
Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
She's losing it.
Her facade is breaking.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, here we go.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Damn, she got
Oh my
mocking.
god.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Damn.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
He used last
He
names.
refer to each of us.
Yep.
I got it! That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him
Cannot
say
use this
Mr.
as
Nayagi
evidence.
more
We're
than
telling
once,
you
for
Hifumi
example.
worked with you, and you're using Hifumi's words as evidence. True.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, he just
Oh,
first name.
Where Discord, may I ask?
hang on. There we go. Thank you for asking. Most of the time, people do not ask, mostly because most of the people here are already in our Discord.
I was gonna say.
Indecent?
You're welcome.
No problem. Let me know if that one doesn't work, and we can have one of our mods get a new one.
There are no accidents, Oogway.
Don't talk.
Wow.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
Duh.
The name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
Hee hee.
To think you'd take your false
Edie,
accusation
can you
so
stop
far?
knocking
I don't
shit on
know
my desk
whether to
over?
laugh
I remember
or
when Makoto
spit.
said this the very first time I experienced this. I was blown the fuck away. I was like, what?
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do
I mean, you kind of look
Right now you kind of do. You do kind of look like a... No. Celeste is not Yasuhiro's mother. Yasuhiro is Yasuhiro's first name. Yasuhiro is Celeste's last name.
You should have waited for the reveal.
What?
It's too late now. They already revealed it.
Earned the right to be a little
Yeah,
on
but not.
edge.
They didn't say her whole name
then
yet.
fill us in. What's your...
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celestia still won't give up. Then to do something to make her accept it.
What do I do? Oh, e-handbook, right?
E-handbook, no way to contradict me.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
What kind of
He
coincidence
wanted
is
us
that?
to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
That
There's
is
one
once
person here
again
who might
Makoto's
have that
luck.
last name.
It would have to be.
And
you.
Makoto's luck in this case is
You haven't
Kyoko's
told anyone
existence.
What your real
No,
name
Makoto's
is.
luck in this case is
How many
being put
times do I
in
have
this
to tell you?
specific class
My
with these specific people
is
in this specific
Celestia
moment.
Ludenberg. God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since
You have no way to cut... No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Come on, I'm still waiting for your reasoning on your announcement.
You gotta wait.
Ted.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because of
the wonderful things he does.
until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
I was thinking the same. Damn.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing statement time.
Okay, so
Fumi's face in profile.
this one?
Yep. Clock.
Which one? Oh, that's the watch.
Hiro holding his head. Killer holding the camera. Watch.
Oh, look, he still had his white hair there.
Yeah. Bloody Justice Hammer number 4. Justice Hammer number 2. Bloody Justice Hammer number 3. Hifumi pushing the dolly. The way this artist drew Hifumi is so
mean,
unflattering.
And then the hammer here.
Yeah. Hammer with that number.
Here's exactly what happened.
Here's exactly what happened.
Wait, so
Before
Celeste
anything,
blackmailed
the
Hifumi to
killer
kill Taka by
persuaded
stealing
someone
the
to help
alter ego?
carry out the murder.
Wait, just
That
wait.
person was-
Just wait. Just wait. Just wait.
Hifumi, With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
You've waited this long, Gunter. You can wait a little bit longer.
Tick, tick, tick.
Because remember, we can't spoil it for the people in the VOD either, because we do post our VODs.
Last night at 1 in the morning.
This art is purposely unflattering to the killer.
That someone they met with was Hiro.
Yeah, but
It's just
Hifumi.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
The murderous duo intended
just
to
young
pass
Padawan.
Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
You still gotta... Like, just the fact that Hifumi killed Taka
Next,
too. That's
Hifumi
crazy.
positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him.
So you did really solve both murders here.
The killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
I'm impressed that they fit Hiro's big ass hair in that suit. True.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
The murder phase. Wow, that face.
I know, so intense.
Poor Taka.
Poor Taka.
He had just gotten his soul back,
They
man.
killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4.
I actually would have liked to
left there in the
see
equipment room.
what he could have done, like, later on if he'd stayed alive.
Yeah.
The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect.
He just got the life back in his eyes, man.
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise.
You did miss that.
That was last episode. Last stream.
Yeah.
The second fake incident was the attack in the library.
That's when he was not
This
cursing,
time,
but
they planted Justice
saying
Hammer 2.
replacement words.
And
Yeah. No, you did see that. You did see that. You were here for that. Because I remember distinctly you going, yeah.
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers
Yeah.
as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
Yeah.
But
that's him getting the life back in his eyes, getting his soul back.
Yeah.
He literally said it like that. He said, thanks, bro gave me my soul back.
Yep.
Yeah, after he died.
while we did
Oh, that
we
was
left Hifumi
that was
alone in
yeah.
the nurse's office.
After he died.
Yeah.
His hair went back to his original color after he died because his soul left his body.
This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the
I love that.
refrigerator
I love
Justice
Hifumi
Hammer
dancing with the
3
blood
Yeah.
packet.
and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Oh, the little dance. I just noticed that.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Dramatic ass. Dramatic ass reveal.
Whoosh! Oh, she mad. She big mad.
So dramatic.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Damn.
Womp womp.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Damn, bro.
Once she loses, she doesn't like people to know she's lost.
Yeah.
To linger on the fact that she's lost. I got straight A's on my report card.
Got 82 medals.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
I actually wish she spoke with her real voice more often.
Same. I love her real voice.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote.
So the voice actor was faking it?
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't her real accent, obviously.
Nope.
If you would, please.
And there's a reason.
And cast your vote.
And there's a reason it was so super exaggerated, because Celeste herself was faking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was losing her cool. She was exceptionally bad at the final trial because it was her, the voice actress, acknowledging that the character was losing her cool and was being exposed as a liar.
It was all intentional.
It was all intentional.
And when the votes are tallied, who will
Oh,
become
the voice actress part, I
blackened?
mean.
Yeah.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong
The
one?
voice actress got executed after this? No, of course not.
No, I would say she did an exceptional job, actually.
Yeah.
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or perhaps more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro! Yeah, but even gamblers have their limits, Gunter.
Yeah.
Even gamblers have their limits.
She's a graceful loser, I guess.
Honestly.
Exactly. I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all.
That was the gamble she took.
Ifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Ifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... You know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Well, an ultimate gambler shouldn't have. They're still humans. It's not a superpower, Gunter.
In this game, it's not a superpower, but just remember, it's supposed to be super high school level gambler. So she's about as good as a regular teenager would be.
Yeah, they're still human. They're still human beings.
The point is, she's only ever lost once, which I guess in this case was her instructor, and now she's lost a second time, which is against Makoto.
Exactly.
How are you going to win against Makoto anyway?
Exactly, because he's the ultimate lucky student.
Yeah.
It was the point of this whole thing is to show that their talents do in fact have limits, and they can't just rely on it.
Yes.
It was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into.
Yeah, that's why Makoto is protag. Exactly. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
Wow.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
You're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Oh God. Oh, what are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and taken pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got too close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room unannounced last night, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone.
Guys,
Hi, Yuri.
Yeah.
So I had no choice.
We usually try to finish up the trial.
Yeah, we usually try to finish the class trials. Also, we usually stream for about 3 hours, so this at the end, this is going to be about average.
Yeah.
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I know he got a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
And you know what's funny? This gamble of hers only works because Taka is unhinged.
Yep.
If she had tried that beforehand, nobody would have believed her.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to It's okay, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her.
Yeah, it was for alter ego. I was right. You were right. That was the
yes,
motive
you were.
For,
you were, and that's
Hifumi.
why we were making you hold on just a little bit. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape. You don't mean. Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
Indeed.
And also, he can keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear!
I have to save her!
Actually...
You got too hung up on the announcement stuff.
Yep. Then, though I almost did Hifumi voice for Celeste. Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
Oh my god, it's so much me.
Indeed
Thank
it
God
is.
one of me. Thank God 2 of me are gone now.
That's true.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it!
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
Oh, I believe.
I feel like I could cry.
Well.
Hey! But you were explaining your plan to
She's not
Hifumi.
wrong.
How did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on.
And he really believed that?
Finally. Jeez.
I know.
Well, of course. And that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, well, you were all questioning him about what had happened to him. I was going to murder someone else.
Okay with this?
At that point...
So he wasn't actually dead in one instant. No, when he was in the nurse's office, he was not dead.
While he was in the nurse's office, he was still alive. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end.
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
True.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I still did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you
My
take
queen
things
is
this
the
far?
murderer. Yep. Celeste is the
Yep.
murderer.
She is the murderer, and her name isn't even Celeste.
It is.
It's Taiko Yasuhiro.
Yasuhiro.
Was it really just for money?
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. You missed a lot, Yuri. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But...
See, okay, now I can share my theory now that we know who it is.
Yeah.
I actually have a theory about this. I have and this is to chat. I have a theory as to why Celeste became the Blackened here. Celeste became the Blackened because she was relying on everybody following the rules they'd created.
Yes.
Like the nighttime rule.
Yep.
Or the you know, like nobody going out of bed after nighttime rule, like all that stuff. And the moment people started disobeying the rules and doing their own thing, she couldn't trust anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So she completely cracked and decided that she needed to get out of here because she couldn't trust any of them.
She did not
But all along-
want to take that gamble.
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
I love that. Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream.
And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle.
A castle? I love this picture.
You noticed how the dude kissing her foot looks like Byakuya?
Oh shit! Yeah, I just clocked that. That's so funny.
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made my dream a reality.
You know,
I still like her
Oh
too.
yeah, I absolutely love her.
Oh yeah. She, like we were saying before, I don't know if you were here for it, but she almost got away from it. She away with it. She was almost the perfect Blacken.
Yep.
The problem is, honestly, I actually think Byakuya's point is right. She relied on the wrong person.
Yeah, but who else could she have relied on?
Someone more level-headed.
Because Taka would not have gone for it at all.
Relied on Byakuya.
Yeah, but then how could she trust him not to betray her?
She couldn't. She would just have to make a. She would just have to make like an offer he couldn't refuse.
I mean, he's already a billionaire, so I highly doubt he would have gone for it.
Combined with my own winnings, she could have tried to rely on Hiro.
Hiro's too stupid to pull it off, and he wouldn't have gone for it anyway. Because then he would have been like,
yeah,
"That's bad
he was
juju."
the safest option, but still, you don't gamble playing it safe.
That's true.
Combined with my own winnings,
I feel like if she had partnered up with Leon, perhaps, maybe they could have gotten away with it.
Or
Sayaka even.
Or oh my god, Sayaka would have gone for it 100%.
Absolutely. 100%. It's a shame that she didn't ask her for it. I think they
combined
could have
with my own
away
winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There's nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding, and that's Byakuya's lesson.
Yep.
You can't hold people to your own value set, or you'll just end up being disappointed.
Or you'll end up dead.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how could you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared?
My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions.
Celeste.
The consciousness deceives the unconscious.
Celeste
is the ultimate liar.
No, I was gonna say
the ultimate gambler.
No, she's definitely the ultimate gambler. Lying is just part of it. But Celeste is totally the inspiration for Kokichi.
Yeah. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
Oh my God,
that's right.
So real for that.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
wonderful.
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again.
I wonder why she specifically chose Marie Antoinette. Celeste smiled then.
Discord.
It's the same Discord link.
Yeah, we shared it.
Yeah, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her. Accidentally made another account. Whoops. I read that.
Thrills! Chills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Who is the most famous queen of France? Yes, but she got beheaded.
Punishment
for her, the ultimate. Didn't even say the name.
No, Monokuma's like, fuck this bitch.
It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone.
I wonder what she was going to say.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Which is why she did what she did. It never gave her the hope that it gave everybody else.
Yeah.
So I think she's a low-key sociopath.
No, she's a high-key sociopath. She just straight up said it right there.
Yeah.
Because everything she ever did was for herself.
Yep. Narcissist sociopath. That's the most dangerous kind.
She deserved better. Unironically deserved better.
But her death is cool.
Her death is so fucking pretty. And painful as well.
Yup. This is actually one of my fears.
Imagine being a sociopath. Could be me.
The burning of the Versailles Witch.
That's a rough one. Oof.
I'm actually terrified of burning alive.
As you should. It's not a pleasant one.
Yeah, it's like a genuine fear of mine.
Yeah, it's a very terrible way to die.
That and drowning and being buried alive. Those are my 3 big ones.
I will say, though, it is a befitting death for somebody who had 2 people get killed, so...
It's also a befitting death for someone with delusions of magical grandeur.
Yeah.
She's sweaty.
She's very sweaty. But you can't say Monokuma's not without mercy. Because he kills her with the fucking truck. Doesn't even let her burn.
Yeah.
I find that quite fascinating. That he didn't let her burn.
Quite funny. Yeah. Because oh, I think I just figured out why.
Why?
Because her like visions of grandeur were delusions.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a very good point. I think the best way to go is freezing because you're just taking a nap forever.
No, it's because it's because her visions of grandeur were delusions. So he was putting an end to those delusions of grandeur.
Yeah. I find that quite disappointing.
It's not disappointing. It's actually kind of clever.
That's what I was responding to. Actually very, very clever for the mastermind. It's over. The 3rd execution is over. Celeste's death is over. You wanna say it again? Yeah. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. Run over isn't exactly painful. Yeah. And
it could be like one moment of extreme pain and then painless.
And for him to just come along and
several moments.
Just wanted to be Maria, surely. Yeah, but Monokuma wasn't gonna give her that wish.
Yeah, Monokuma wasn't gonna give her what she wanted. Monokuma's not kind. Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys are gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here.
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I am so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that? Ted.
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh man! Oh jeez! Oh man! Oh jeez! What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea! I don't know anything about it! Ted.
What was that just now? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Monokuma doesn't explain it, I don't think, actually. But it's because Monokuma genuinely thought that Hifumi was dead.
Yeah.
Genuinely thought that Hifumi was dead. And I guess him coming back to life was another instance of Makoto's luck.
Because here's the thing, Monokuma sees all the murders. So
yes,
when
Monokuma sees everything.
When he saw Celeste kill Hifumi, he just assumed, okay, Hifumi's actually for reals dead. And the fact that Hifumi came back to out Celeste's real name shook Monokuma. Because that is absolutely 100% an instance of Makoto's luck.
Keep in mind, how could what? Okay, this is gonna lead to questions that come to light later on down the line. But keep in mind that how could Hifumi have known Celeste's real name?
Exactly.
How could Hifumi have known Celeste's real name? Like, Monokuma's not just going to out all that. Monokuma's not, it's not a screw up. It's Monokuma covering the mastermind covering their own ass.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Go on.
Because admitting that that was something like would mean that it would open the mastermind up to questions about things that the mastermind doesn't want everybody to know.
And the long and the short of it is, it would ruin the game for the mastermind if they clock that.
Exactly.
Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Oh yeah, how does Hifumi know
Exactly. That's a question for later, though. That's not a question for right now.
Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So...
most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey.
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea.
We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask?
As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Ted.
Then I'll go too.
What?
You?
Please, let me go.
Ted. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Bye.
Do whatever you want.
He's so mad. Thank you, Byakuya.
But he's only acting mad to put on a tough front.
Yeah.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together?
Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Like Makoto, girls are like total pushovers when you know when you show a little backbone.
Try to forget what Hina said.
That was a clever act on Hina's part.
It really was.
Shall we go?
Everyone headed to the dining hall.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then...
Did Makoto get a little Hina there?
Yeah.
We need to get into that locker.
Thank God Makoto has some backbone. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. As the locker door swung open, that's not what it said, but whatever. We saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe. Thank goodness.
I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer.
So now we can officially say the case is closed.
As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me.
Ted.
Kyoko, please tell me, what were you trying to do all on your own out here at the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now.
You don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried?
Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared, and we didn't see you again. We would have solved this case without Hifumi's words. I think we would have struggled.
I think we would have struggled as well.
Without warning, without explanation. When you do that.
Indeed.
It's only natural they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too.
No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me?
Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me more.
No, actually, between that and Kyoko's words about the e-handbooks, there is absolutely no doubt that Hifumi's words solved the case.
Says the last sort of deflection. I think without
when her back was already against the wall.
Yeah, without Kyoko's heads up about the e-handbook, it would have been a problem.
Yes, but that's why they put that in there.
Yep. I read that.
Oh.
And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends.
Ted, I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
Then...
That's fine.
Fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see...
What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Ted.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back...
She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but... Could Kyoko really be right about this? It's just a normal storage closet, as far as I can tell.
Really? Really, you don't notice the giant discoloration in the middle?
Alright. The secret, unless he's colorblind. The secret Kyoko told me about.
It's still,
could it really be?
It'd still be a tonation, even in monochrome.
Perhaps. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand in the back of the storage closet. Suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. There's a door outline there, exactly. Gashunk.
Gashunk.
At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on.
That bunk.
I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out.
So in the end.
The back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side.
I just realized what the next chapter is.
Yep. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. Why couldn't we... This is very tell, don't show.
Yeah.
Check DMs.
So this is the second room.
Hold on.
Check DMs. I see it.
We've been told to check DMs.
Message. Is this the Mastermind's lair? No, it is not. But it is something very important.
Congratulations, Yuri.
Hey.
I'm happy to hear it.
But what's in here?
Eat it.
No, I don't recommend that.
There's a bunch of flies. Files, sorry.
Flies? Flies? Is the Mastermind just keeping flies on a shelf?
And what look like volume after volume of your books?
There's a bunch of flies. And the Mastermind has them all named.
No. Oh my
just like
Lord.
Makoto and his cats. Just like Makoto and his cats.
Just one more way that they're meant to be, I guess. They're all covered in dust. I do still ship that. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry.
And that's how she knew about
I am hungry, actually.
Celeste's name. That's how she knew about Celeste's real name.
Yep. And about the twist that the game actually already told us about.
Yep, and I can't wait to say that word because I'm gonna mute the game when that comes around.
This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Do we get
That's
to open
my
it? Has someone been looking at it recently?
What, do you think maybe it could be the person who told you about this room in the first place?
Listen, he's a little slow. It's okay.
Little.
I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and it turned my attention to it. Just a little. You must not leave. What's this?
That looks like Yasuhira's handwriting.
That looks like... I forget the name of the font.
Times New Roman?
No. It's like Times New Roman, but it doesn't quite fit Times New Roman. That's kind of weird. Could understand if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave? Head. What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, Verdana, thank you.
Oh my god, I remember this.
It's like deja vu. What? Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before. But where? Where could I have seen them? Can't quite remember. Do I know? What don't I know? A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. Like, you could fill an encyclopedia with what you don't know, child. You could fill the entire Encyclopedia Britannica series with what you don't know. Can I get a...
the chat.
Hold on.
He's practically an axolotl with how many has it now?
I might have to alter that clip, but...
Oh no!
A luchador! Bonk!
The mastermind was like, oh hell no!
Yeah, the mastermind was like, let's not have this absolute one brain cell fool in my space, please.
A strange sound rang through my head.
Because someone bonked it.
It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth.
No protect switch. No protect switch. No protect switch.
No protect switch. And then, wrong game for that. It's not axolotls are notorious for not knowing. It's true.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I don't understand what's happening.
Pinch him.
I don't know what started it. It's all over. I'm dead.
Oh, game's over, guys.
And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. No, not your arms aren't that long.
Imagine. I like to imagine Makoto laying on the ground, completely unconscious, and the mastermind just walking over his unconscious form, cleaning out the shelves.
Oh, you know they absolutely 100% did that, and I would not be surprised if they also added a kick in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why Makoto's head is so sore.
Oh.
I mean, they also bonked him, but you know.
Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness.
No, you straight up died, child. This is the afterlife.
That's all I understood. A dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. The books are gone!
Everything's gone!
An empty bookshelf. Throws water bottle at you? Yeah, as you deserve. Huh?
Well, that took a second, Makoto.
Empty.
Do you have some, do you have perhaps a concussion?
Gone.
Kyoko's gonna kill you, bro.
Bro.
Kyoko's gonna kill you.
It's just Makoto's luck for this to happen. The yearbooks, the student registry, and... Registry, and... even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone. This doesn't mean they were taken, Makoto. They're no longer there. That's what gone means. But my brain refused to do any more work.
Fair.
The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. Yeah, no, they totally stepped on him. Like, 100%.
Yeah.
But for now, I should go back to my room.
My cats are probably worried about me.
Why?
No, Makoto.
Oh, my bad. Get some rest.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes you speak, and then I don't know if it's in character or out of character. This one doesn't like to inflict bodily harm. It's yeah. My body was heavy with pain, and my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room.
Is he calling? Never mind. I was gonna make a really lame joke, but I decided not to.
Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Oh, he's having a moment. He must have been hit really hard. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I think he do got a concussion.
Yeah, he got a concussion.
I'm gonna stop myself from collapsing right there. I don't like leaving permanent damage, but I'm not above throwing things at Macaroon. How rude. And after that, he's trying to kill me for the ultimate ability. Previous stream, that is a hard cap. Hmm?
Oh, oh my God.
What?
Here it comes. Nothing.
Ted. As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound.
It's sound effect time.
Oh my lord. Ted, but in green. It was faint, but undeniable. Ted, but in green. That sound. It's coming from the gym? Oh, this is this moment.
Yeah, this is this moment. This is when... Well, you'll see.
As I desperately hauled my shaky ass toward the gym. The sound got stronger and stronger.
Crack.
Crack.
Ah.
Oh. Gagunk.
Ka-chunk.
I read that as gagunk.
Yeah.
Bad ya. What's going on? Can't be nothing. You here in the gym? Sakura working out?
Sakura's doing something.
Sakura do be doing something. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more.
Cha.
Cha.
Byakuya. Hagaya.
Hagaya.
Hiya.
Haya.
Paching.
Byakuya again.
Da-da-dun.
It's still Gribble. It's still Gribble.
Oh my lord, it is.
Get him! Get him, Queen! Go! Go! Go!
Oh,
booty!
that's the butt.
The booty, though!
Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but... regardless, I couldn't stop staring.
Get him, Queen!
I forgot to move, or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing?
Monokuma does not own Sakura in a fight.
I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret.
Queen!
I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Ted, what am I looking at? What am I wearing? Sorry, what am I hearing? He had a moment, okay? He's got a concussion. He got confused.
Thank you! I need a second!
A color of Pantsu.
Oh, we saw Sakura's Pantsu for a second there.
Did. Hostage? Then, could it be?
Thank you for head pats.
The mastermind spy is...
The Next Generation Legends Dantala Galactic Hero, Chapter 3, End. Damn.
Down to 7.
Down to 7.
To be continued.
To be continued. And with that, we shall leave this.
Let me save.
On a clip
Let me save
banger.
first.
What do you mean a spy? Well,
there's a reason.
What would a spy even do for Mastermind? There is a reason.
There's a reason.